guys, welcome back to my channel. So this morning I have a message for the moms and dads, single or married, but this is for parents that are struggling. And I just want to give a brief testimony of what God did for me and how I was able to change with God on my side. So early on in my marriage, probably 4 years into my marriage or so, my husband and I separated. And we separated, it might have been even longer. It might have been at that 7 year mark. But we separated and I was home with the kids. At that time we only had two kids. And um and I was home and I was really frustrated because here I am now a single mom and I did not sign up to do this, but I'm a single mom and I have to take care of these kids on my own. Doctor's appointments, going to school, scheduling things, enrolling in school, meeting teachers, just meeting all of their needs on my own. So he was present in the same county, but he didn't live with me. In fact, there was one moment where we separated where I actually moved to a different county and he stayed in the county that we were in. And then at that point I was alone, and then I came back to that county and I was still alone. So but anyway, um I remember a night when I just couldn't take it. I really couldn't take it anymore. And this is why I say now I understand why parents feel, or why parents who are struggling, that parent that does everything, why they have those thoughts in their minds that the enemy puts in their minds. I know now the enemy puts in their minds to harm their children. So at first I never understood it until I actually walked in those shoes, until I experienced it myself. And I remember having a moment where I said, where I had to call them. I had to call him. I had to call my husband and tell him, I said, you better come over here. I need you to come over here because it's not looking good. My mental state was just not right. And so I had thoughts. The enemy had placed thoughts in my mind to harm my children, thoughts in my mind to harm myself. And thank God I did not listen to those voices. I did not listen to those thoughts that he planted in my head, but it made me open my eyes. And that's just one. I've had other instances the same way. Not now, because I've learned so much, I've grown so much, but I remember during that time experiencing those moments where I just wanted to end it, and end it for them and end it for myself. So, but I mean, at first, like I said, I never understood it until I experienced it myself. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not justifying, harming your children or ending their life and ending your life, but because of what I've been through, I now can understand why they felt the way they felt. I may not understand completely why, because a thought is one thing, but to execute it, that's a different thing. But I just say this to the moms. I just want to encourage the moms and dads, just hold on. Don't give up. I know it's not easy, but don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give into those thoughts that are telling you to do things, that are telling you to harm people, to harm your loved ones, to harm yourself. Those are the thoughts that the enemy has put in your mind. And one thing I've learned in my journey within the past 2 years or so is I've learned to capture those thoughts, to capture what the enemy has placed in my head and reject it and rebuke it and denounce it, that I'm not going to come into agreement with what you're putting in my head, because I know those intrusive thoughts are not good thoughts. They are not God's ways. And so if you're going through something, you're going through a situation, just don't give up. Capture those thoughts, give them over to God, reject them, release them. Do not come into agreement with them. Ask God to help you during your hardship. Ask God to help you during those times of struggle. When I think about it, if I would have done that, I wouldn't have had my beautiful family that I have now, that I just thank God for every single day, for all of my children, for my husband. I just couldn't imagine my life without them right now. So just hold on. It gets better. I know it's not easy, but hold on. It gets better. Just keep praying. Keep praying. Pray without ceasing, no matter what. Keep on praying. All right. So that's my message for you this morning. Take care of yourself and love. Bye.